I can't be in Starbucks for a long period of time, man. At the most, like at least like 2 hours, man. You know? I see two hours at a time. They got that. Um, good morning. They got that air conditioning in there, man, just blasting. They make you dehydrated. I don't know about nobody else, man, but that air conditioning, man, it makes if you too close to it or you know what I'm saying? For me, man, I get dehydrated in there, man. You feel what I'm saying? I think Diddy coming home, man. I think he beat that case. That's what it looks like. Told you. Told you he was gonna go free, man. Didn't have enough evidence on him. Without evidence, you have nothing. Simple as that. But yeah, man, we're not built to be alone, man. A lot of guys are coping, talking about, yeah, I like being alone. You know, they start looking at the good things of being alone. So like, yeah, I don't have nobody, you know, I don't have nobody telling me what to do. I was doing nobody's bullshit. But really, they forced to be alone. You know, a guy like, you know, what's his name? Savvy guy. A guy like him, he's forced to be alone, bro. If he had a choice, he'll be surrounded by big booty women, bro. But he don't have that choice, bro. I can see if you had a choice to be alone. Like me, I choose to be alone because I need to be focused on my money. And once I get my money right, then I can go back to the dating world with ease. You know what I'm saying? My lips are fucking dry as fuck. And I go back to the dating market like with leverage. I don't want to be dating sub 5 women for the rest of my life. That's something I don't want to do. That's what it seems like. That's all available nowadays is sub 5 women. But I'd rather be alone than be in a long-term relationship with a sub 5 woman. You feel me? But we're not built to be alone, man. I seen cats out here, they're alone, they talking to themselves, they got mental problems. Being alone for too long can cause mental problems, man. A lot of mental issues. Even sometimes health problems. Being alone for too long, you overeat, you eat a bunch of junk to cope with being alone. You feel me? So being alone is not a good thing. We are social creatures, bro. We are meant to be with each other, and that's the reason why we talk, man. So we can communicate with each other, bro. If you was built to be alone, bro, you wouldn't be able to talk. You wouldn't be able to make a sound, bro. When somebody's alone for too long, they start having mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see some of the criminals, and I was watching some of them prison documentaries or whatever, and some of them prisoners get put in isolation, and then they get crazy, bro. Being in isolation by themselves for too long, they start hallucinating. They start going crazy. Feel what I'm saying? They start hallucinating, they go crazy. You feel me? Because they've been alone. They isolated, ain't nobody to talk to. Hell, sometimes I find myself talking to myself sometimes. And I gotta stop myself. I gotta be like, man, stop talking to yourself, bro. Handle this business. Focus on that bread. Focus on that money. And I can't be like, out here like, no. It's good to be alone. Man, you are not built like that. You are not built to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you live longer when you're surrounded by family members and stuff. Your chances of living longer goes up by 30%. Motherfuckers who by themselves, they're gonna have shorter lives. Feel what I'm saying? I don't know why I didn't start chasing the bag. I mean, I don't know why I didn't get that bag in my 20s. Wish I had a little bit more guidance when I was younger, man. I wouldn't be alone right now. And it takes a mental toll on your mental health too, man. Being alone for so long, I'm gonna be honest, my mental health has went down the drain. You feel me? I mean, just, man, you know what, bro? I mean, shit. I've been without a woman for so long that I don't even know what it's like. Even tongue kiss or hold hands with a female going to the movies or whatever. And I got a few females around here that like me, but I ain't made a move because I'm so focused on this paper. But then again, it sucks being alone, bro. I'm gonna keep it honest. Some guys, they don't want to admit the truth, bro. They want to sugarcoat everything, talking about, yeah, it's good to be alone, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's good to be alone, bro. Yeah. You should try it, bro. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Loneliness do kick in, bro. Motherfuckers, they don't want to admit that they lonely because they so macho and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be faking the funk, pretending like they don't get lonely, and they like, a man is supposed to show his emotions. We try to just keep it all bottled in and just fake the funk and don't let people know that, don't let people know our true feelings and stuff. Man, the one thing about me, man, is that I'm honest. I don't fake the funk, bro. I keep that shit a buck. I tell you that, nah, it's not good to be lonely. A guy like Savvy Guy, he'll tell you like, yeah, it's good to be alone, bro. You don't have to deal with nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's good to be alone. But really, he's forced to be alone, bro. True force, what they call it, true forced loneliness. He below average looking. He's forcing that lifestyle, bro. He's forced there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I should have had a pizza, man. I'm hungry, bro. I'm supposed to be fasting. Nah, I'm okay. We'll eat later, man. We'll eat later. But nah, it's not good and healthy to be alone, bro. We are in better health when we are surrounded by friends and family members that care about us. We live longer when we got friends and family around us. Alone, that's not a healthy thing and a natural thing for you to be. How can you even function right or function properly when you're alone? I have a hard time with this myself, man. Like, goddamn. I'm like, hurry up, Kelcat, hit this jackpot so you can start having kids, man. Time is ticking. Like, hurry up and hit this motherfucker. You feel me? You know, it's all the coping and shit that a lot of guys be doing online, man. I be like, bro, you are faking the phone. You coping, bro. You said, oh yeah, I wish I had a big booty woman, you know, and stuff like that. And he always, savvy guy, he always talking about, yeah, I wish I had a big booty woman, and this and that, and this and this. But yeah, he'll make a video talking about, yeah, it's cool to be alone, bro. I don't have to worry about nobody's bullshit. Like, bro, stop that lying. If you had a choice, you would want to be surrounded by women with big booties. That's not being alone. You know what I'm saying? So you start coping, like looking on the bright side of things. I'm forced in this situation, but look on the bright side. I ain't got to deal with nobody's shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna deal with nobody's shit. I'm good. You know, I'm like, no, you're not good, bro. I can tell. You're not good. Because if you was a Chad or a Tyrone, you wouldn't be talking that shit, bro. Boy, a lot of guys, they fake that funk. And faking the funk is not good, man. Trust me, bro. I faked the funk a couple of times in my life. I pretended like I had money. You know, when I should have been really out there getting the money. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, man, you can't be faking the phone. You cannot be faking the phone. You gotta keep that shit a buck and say, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it real. I need somebody around. I need somebody to hold. like Chris Tucker said in the Michael Jackson video, she needs somebody to hold. When they saw that fine ass chick, and when Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson made a video together, You Rock My World. In the beginning, Chris Tucker was like, she needs somebody to hold. Michael Jackson was chasing after that girl, you see? That's what I'm talking about, man. You know. Bad things happen to you, man. You know, when you become isolated, bro. You can get hooked on drugs, alcohol, all that stuff to cope with being by yourself, bro. And only time you feel free is when you're on that alcohol or you're on that ecstasy or whatever drug you take. It's like you're coping, bro. A lot of times you wouldn't even be on drugs or be drinking a whole lot of alcohol if you wasn't alone, bro. Like me, I wouldn't be drinking a whole lot if I had a girlfriend or a wife or something like that. I'll be getting laid most of the time. I wouldn't be drinking alcohol every night. At this point in my life, I'm drinking alcohol almost every night. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't like drinking myself until I'm like black out all the time. Even though I did a couple of times. I blacked out a couple of times drinking. You know, but I'm by myself and I'm on this mission to get this bag.
Wait.
So when I'm on the alcohol, man, it takes the loneliness away, man. It numbs all the pain up. You ain't doing nothing but numbing shit up. Like, I don't want to be alone. I want to be by myself. I'm out here struggling to survive. Feel what I'm saying? I'm out here chasing the bag, long term too. You feel me? So yeah, for you to be coping, talking about I don't need nobody. I don't need to be around nobody. I'm good by myself. I'm good to be alone. It's good to be alone. don't worry about nobody's business. You don't have to worry about nobody killing you. When you get around people, you can end up getting killed. And there's all that other stuff that he be coping with. Savvy guy. It's like, man, I watch his videos from time to time, and a lot of stuff is sad, man. You know, he a sad case. He ain't got no ambition, no drive, no confidence. Everything is negative with him. You know, it's okay to look on the bright side, but don't get comfortable where you at. It's okay to look on the bright side, but don't get comfortable where you at, man. He's too comfortable where he is right now. Believe me, chasing this bag right now is not comfortable right now. But I'm doing it for the future, you know? I'm doing it for the future. You feel me? I am doing it for the future. And I think all the time I have wasted throughout my entire life, you know, a bunch of regrets. I'm like, damn, man, you could have got that bag earlier. Only if you would have left that bra alone. But I didn't want to be alone, man. I was like in a long-term relationship. And I cared about her, and she cared about me. And I'd rather not be alone than chase my dreams, basically, you know. Because lonely is like, man, that's not a good thing to be, man. You're not meant to be alone, I'm telling you. The Creator, I mean, look at all the animals and the birds and stuff and the bees. They get together and be with each other. We got like ducks that come here every like summer. I mean, they get here in the spring and they stay throughout the summer, but they're paired up with each other. You know, I haven't seen these two ducks in a while, but maybe they got killed or something. They stopped showing up. But one male, one female. And I used to feed them on a regular basis. And they were already paired up. And then when that one duck lost his girlfriend, he got another girlfriend, was hanging out with him. He come around, you know, talking about, yeah, this human right here, he feeds us, he gives us bread and stuff, you know. He gives us sometimes some chips and stuff, you know. But even ducks and other animals, bro, they pair up with each other. They you know what I'm saying? They even hang out with each other as friends and stuff. Like one time, I was feeding the two ducks, one male, one female. And then this duck came out of nowhere, an unknown intruder duck. Came out of nowhere to crash a party, tried to eat too, right? And then the male duckling attacked him, you know? But it turned out to be a female though. But later on, you know, they got together. I don't know who dumped who, but he had a brand new girlfriend all of a sudden, that duck. You know, and the other female, I don't know, she disappeared, but he was hanging out with her. So he was not trying to be alone. He was always that duck, man. You know what I'm saying? He found him a new girlfriend, but they pair up. And same thing with seagulls, bro. They all stick together, bro. Seagulls, they rode in clans and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So no, you're not meant to be alone. It's our fucking family members, our fucking family, that's all divided. When you look around when you see people where you at, you see family members hanging out with each other, man. Especially other races of people, like Asian, white, Hispanic. They all like stick together. You see them in groups and pairs and stuff. You know. If you look around you, nobody likes to be alone. Feel what I'm saying? They're like, they stick together in pairs. Like, black men are the only ones that I see out here alone. And, oh yeah, including white men. White men and black men are the most alone out here. For real, that's what I see. White men, older white men by themselves in cafes. Like this one older white man back there, he by himself. Basically an incel. He old and he sub 5 at the same time. And I see one black man living in his car over there alone. It's like in American culture, it's like our families don't give a fuck about us, man. I see this in the white community too. Just when you get old, nobody wants to be around you. But in other cultures, like the Asian, Hispanic culture, man, they stick together like glue. Glue. Like I'm talking about never really by themselves like that. They believe in family and staying with each other. Even they'll have babies poor, it don't matter. Same thing in the Asian community, bro. They stick together, bro. They always coming in with family members or friends and shit. Talking amongst each other and, talking about drama and what they saw on TV and what's the latest fashion. You feel what I'm saying? So for a savvy guy to talk that big shit talking about it's good to be alone, that's not what I see around me though, bro. You can say that, yeah, it's good to be alone, but I don't see a whole lot of people alone out here. I see people in groups, in pairs, with each other, especially other races of people. I see them in groups, in pairs. They stick together, man. That's not like. So you can't say that it's good to be alone, because that's not what I see around me. I only see black men and some white men out here that's alone out here, bro. Feel what I'm saying? And it's not good to be that way, man. That's why I say, man, you get the bag, have as many kids as you possibly can. Like, start spitting them out right now. Have a big family, bro. We're already late already. I'm already late already. I think I can have about 3 kids right now. Just start spitting them out. At one every other year. And then by the time I get 50, I have 3 kids already. Feel what I'm saying? So I won't be growing alone, bro. It gets lonesome when you get older. I mean, the older you get, the more lonely you get. I wasn't this lonely when I was in my 20s, bro. I was okay with being alone. In my 20s, when I was saving for music equipment, and I was alone, I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I was okay because I was trying to save up for all my music equipment. You feel me? I was saving. But now that I'm older, and I see my looks are fading, my health is not that perfect. Oh man, it's terrifying being alone, bro. Then you don't got no woman around cooking for you. Yeah, you feel me? Why you think I'm losing weight and getting into shape, man, so I could attract a woman? Why you think I'm out here chasing the bag so I could attract a woman so I won't be alone, man? Nowadays, I'm like, sometimes I smell anticipation with some of these females out here, and I'm like, I'm trying to make a move. I'm trying to like see what's up with this female right here. Even though my money ain't right, I still want to talk to some of these females out here that I smell anticipation on. And I be having thoughts in my head to try to get the number and shit. especially if I smell interest, and I'm like, dude, you getting old, bro. You better start making some moves with these women, bro. You getting old. You feel me? You getting old out here in these streets. You better start making some moves. You ain't gonna keep them looks around for very long, man. Especially if you see a young female that like you, you better get up on that. But it's hard when you're focused on the bag, you know, at the same time, you know? So I was like, okay, well, if I hit a bag, you know, then I can really focus on women then. Once I get a bag, I can focus on females. And see, right now, I gotta be alone, and it sucks to be alone, to be honest. It's not a good thing to be alone, bro. It don't feel good. When you see other people with families and you by yourself and stuff, it don't feel good to be alone. It don't. Anyway, you guys have a good day, man. I just got to my spot. I'm about to fly my sign and go turn my numbers in today. You guys have a good day. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.